And good evening from the nation's capital tonight, and we are here because of this moment in history, the start of impeachment hearings for President Trump. Only the fourth president to face these proceedings. Millions watching on television today, and there was a surprise, new evidence not heard before. Two witnesses, two career diplomats, chosen by the Democrats as the first to appear here. And that unexpected revelation from the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor, a West Point grad, a Vietnam vet. Today, he revealed what a staff member told him about a phone call President Trump allegedly made the day after that infamous call with the new president of Ukraine. That next day, the president, the alleged call, and what the president was asking about. Now that staff member who says he heard the president has already been called to testify here on the Hill. ABC's Mary Bruce leads us off from Washington tonight.
After weeks of questioning behind closed doors, today the impeachment battle burst into the open, with millions of Americans watching.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Democrats calling their star witness, the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor, a Vietnam veteran. He's served every U.S. president since Ronald Reagan. Taylor testified he had a, quote, clear understanding that Ukraine would not receive nearly $400 million in military aid until they publicly announced an investigation into President Trump's political rivals.
To withhold that assistance for no good reason other than help with the political campaign made no sense. It was counterproductive to all of what we had been trying to do. It was illogical. It could not be explained. It was crazy.
Taylor brought with him new information, raising new questions about the president's personal involvement. Taylor indicating that Trump himself was checking in to see whether Ukraine was launching those investigations. Taylor explaining he recently learned that just one day after the president's phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, Trump followed up with the U.S. ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, the Trump mega donor who had become his point man on Ukraine.
In the presence of my staff at a restaurant, Ambassador Sondland called President Trump and told him of his meetings in Kyiv. The member of my staff could hear President Trump on the phone asking Ambassador Sondland about the investigations. Ambassador Sondland told President Trump the Ukrainians were ready to move forward. Following the call with President Trump, the member of my staff asked Ambassador Sondland what President Trump thought about Ukraine. Ambassador Sondland responded that President Trump cares more about the investigations of Biden.
Chairman Schiff seizing on those words.
Your staff member could overhear Mr. Sondland on the phone, could overhear the president on the phone with Mr. Sondland, is that right?
That's correct.
So the president must have been speaking loud enough on the phone. This was a cell phone, I take it?
It was a cell phone.
The president must have been speaking loud enough for your staff member to be able to overhear this?
It was.
And I think you said that after the call, when your staff asked Ambassador Sondland what President Trump thought of Ukraine, his response was that President Trump cares more about the investigations of Biden. Is that right?
And Burisma, yes, sir.
Taylor testified that Sondland was part of an irregular channel of diplomacy led by the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. Republicans pressing him.
In fairness, this irregular channel of diplomacy, it's not as outlandish as it could be. Is that correct?
It's not as outlandish as it could be. Yeah, I agree, Mr.
Taylor was joined at the witness table by top State Department official George Kent. Both men testifying Giuliani's shadow diplomacy was running counter to America's national interest.
What interest do you believe he was promoting, Mr. Kent?
I believe he was looking to dig up political dirt against a potential rival in the next election cycle.
Ambassador Taylor, what interest do you believe he was promoting?
I agree with Mr. Kent.
Eager to defend the president, Republicans repeatedly noted that Taylor and Kent never spoke to the president directly, that they were relying on secondhand information.
Ambassador, you weren't on the call, were you? The president, you didn't listen on President Trump's call and President Zelensky's call?
I did not.
You've never talked with Chief of Staff Mulvaney?
I never did.
You never met the president?
That's correct.
You had 3 meetings again with Zelensky and it didn't come up.
And 2 of those they had never heard about, as far as I know.
And
there was no reason for it to come up.
President Zelensky never made an announcement. This is what I can't believe, and you're their star witness. You're their first witness.
Republicans focused on the end result, that the White House did release the hold on that military aid, saying it shows Trump did nothing wrong.
The security assistance was provided to Ukraine without the Ukrainians having done any of the things they were supposedly being blackmailed to do.
But Democrats say the money only started to flow after Congress launched an investigation, and the whistleblower filed that complaint.
Mary Bruce with us live on the Hill tonight, watching with us all day long here. And Mary, let's get back to that unexpected testimony you just reported on here today. The top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor, testifying one of his staffers overheard a phone call the day after that controversial call with the president of Ukraine. And that staffer saying he could hear President Trump through the phone. He's now been called to testify, the staffer?
His name is David Holmes, and he is expected to be here on Friday answering questions behind closed doors. He is likely to be grilled about what he overheard on that conversation. And David, lawmakers are also likely to want to talk to the man that the president was allegedly talking to, Gordon Sondland. He never mentioned that conversation to lawmakers, and he has revised his testimony once before. The question now, will he revise it again when he testifies here publicly next Wednesday? David.
We'll be here. Mary Bruce with us all day long. Mary, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.